Salut! David Wallman here, talking about an important subject today, modulation. I'm sure it happened to you before. You're working with a track. Everything goes well until there's a new key in the same song. Very difficult to phrase over. These tips are going to help you understand modulation and phrase the smart way. Let's take a simple idea in two keys. G Dorian followed by F Dorian. Most likely, if you're not used to the concepts I'll share with you, your improvisation is going to sound something like this. You're probably going to start in the G Dorian key, find ideas, which is fine so far. But when it comes to modulation, you're going to start a new idea. For example, like this. See, I started one idea in one key, and instead of finishing it in the next key, I started a brand new idea whenever the key changes. Here's the secret to sounding smart like those fusion players and not worry about key changes. If I take a G Dorian scale and started from its second note, I'll have an A Phrygian scale. If I started from the third note, I'll have a B flat Lydian scale. Here's a list of all the hidden scales found within the G Dorian mode. Let's do the same thing with the next key of our song, which is F Dorian. If I play my F Dorian scale from its second note, I'll get a G Phrygian scale, followed by an A flat Lydian scale, B flat Mixolydian, and so forth. Now we have 7 hidden scales found in the G Dorian scale and 7 hidden scales found in the F Dorian scale. Let's compare both sets of 7 scales. On the left side, the scales that were extracted from the G Dorian key, and on the right side, the scales that were extracted from the F Dorian key. If we compare both columns of scales, we see some similarities. Some notes are common. Let's take a look at these common notes, eliminate the notes that are not common, and match every common note to each other. On the left side, all the scales equivalent to G Dorian. On the right side, all the scales equivalent to F Dorian. When the time comes to improvise, I'm no longer going to think in terms of G Dorian, F Dorian. I'm going to think in terms of G Dorian, G Phrygian. Your positions are going to be very close. You're not going to have to start one idea in one area of the fretboard and then move to the other one. Let's take a little example. G Dorian over G Dorian, G Phrygian over F Dorian. G Dorian. When I'm going to change, I'm going to think into a G Phrygian. Take a look at that. It's a lot more coherent because I don't have to switch roots. I'm visualizing everything from the same root, which in this case is G. Let's try to phrase with another set of matching scales. B flat Lydian, which is equivalent to G Dorian. B flat Mixolydian, which is equivalent to F Dorian. And then modulate to Mixolydian. Going back to the Lydian. It creates a nice flow because you're visualizing a single root instead of thinking of multiple roots. It's very, very effective. I recommend that you try these. Doesn't matter how many keys you have, the principle is the same. Write down all the equivalent scales that you have to every key found in the track and try to find common notes. Phrase over these common notes instead of thinking in terms of different roots all the time. You can download this track for free on my website, www.guitarplayback.com. I hope these tips help you. I hope they inspire you to explore the guitar a little further. If you have any questions, I'm always happy to answer. Thanks for watching. Until next time, salut!